There's something going on within the industry that card manufacturers don't want you to know about, and that is late product releases. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you my view on late product releases and their rookie cards. You ready? Then let's do it. Well, 7 months ago, I did a video highlighting my concerns for late products. It seemed both Fanatics and Panini were all in on this Victor Wembanyama train, and they extended the number of products and their calendar release dates. Upper Deck has also fallen back on their release dates, not by weeks or months, but by years. Since then, it's only gotten worse. For example, the 2024 WNBA season started on May 14th, 2024, and ended on September 19th, 2024. Ironically, the 2025 WNBA season started on May 16th. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are well into their second season in the league when Panini drops 2024-25 Panini Rookie Royalty on June 30th. Oddly enough, I wanted to bring this up. Look at the inscriptions of these cards, of Caitlin's logo woman cards here. And it reveals that these are not debut season cards, that they're second year cards. Some hobby insiders would say that this isn't unusual, but I would have to respectfully disagree. Historically, yes, products would, on occasion, would be 1 to maybe 3 weeks late. But post 2020, it seems like these release dates are being pushed back further and further. Now, I want to get into let's look at some typical release dates pre-2020. I'm going to start with baseball because it's the one that I'm most familiar with. I did reach out to some friends of the channel for the other sports. But here's the thing, don't get so much caught up on the brands. What I'm wanting you to look at here in this example is the time frame is what's most important. So for baseball, it was typically Topps Series 1 that was released mid-February. And by the end of December was Bowman's Best. That was like the last product released of the year. And then baseball took the entire month of January off and then fired up the following season in February. And that was the typical timeline for many, many years. Let's look at football now. The month of August, Panini would drop a couple of products, and by end of March, April, the product release season would end with like Flawless or National Treasures. Basketball, hoops is the first product release, typically mid-October, and that's what started the new season of products. And by end of July, August, you had Contenders Optic or Obsidian to kind of cap off the season. Now, these examples are like, we're looking, again, pre-2020. So let's say from 2015 to 2019. For hockey, we typically had, you had MVP was kind of the first product of the year, or now it's more like Upper Deck Series 1, which comes out late October, early November. And Upper Deck Ultimate Collection capped off the season typically in August. So now let's look at a typical release calendar post 2020. So with the help of Trading Card Database, I was able to clip these images for you. Starting off on the upper left-hand corner, we see 2024-25 hoops. Did it release in October? No. January 31st was the release date. Looking at the upper right-hand corner, we see 2023-24 Flawless. Did the product release at the end of July or early August? No. April 30th, 2025. Let's look at hockey. 2022-23 O-Pee-Chee Platinum. How about February 28th, 2024? And 2022-23 Upper Deck The Cup. How about September 19th, 2024? A special shout out to Brandon Bobbles and Ball Cards, who inspired this video on a recent Because I'm Carlos podcast. Check out his comments here.
Also, we'll do a lot of the regular things, and I believe this week is SP Authentic. So if you're dealing with the hockeys, one of the key releases of the year is SP Authentic. Remember, you got your flagship, you got your SP Authentic, and the Cup. Those are kind of your trilogy of big releases. So that is going to be one of the ones that we're going to talk about. So AMGcollectibles.ca, AMG Collectibles YouTube channel. Links in the description. We thank them for supporting the podcast and the channel. Brandon, you wanted to say something? You look like.
I just have a serious question.
A serious question.
What year are we on?
2025, year of our Lord, in theory. And actually, I've got something I'm going to show you guys that
No.
also mocks that. But go on.
I mean the SP Authentic. Like, are they still behind, or is it going to be 24, 25?
I believe, I will double check for you. I think this might be 2025, 26. Let me double check. And I will double check for you. But I think we might actually be up to the latest. Or maybe it might be 2020, 24, 25 still. Ooh, let me double check. I will see if I can locate that information. But yeah, it is a valid question. We just don't
Yeah,
know.
because I'm so lost on it now because they started mashing together where we were like running almost 3 different years of products. I don't even know which ones are released anymore.
Yeah, so looking at this right now, okay, looking at this right now, it looks like it's still 24, 25.
Oh boy, really?
Yep.
And we're in August.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's
well, I'll give you one where they got rid of all pretenses, and it's not as bad as some of the really bad examples we've seen, but even the Fanatics Overlords are not immune to this, Eric. I will share with you guys something in a minute. I'll get into that, but I will say, yes, it looks like it's 24, 25 SP Authentic is what it appears to be here. I will get full confirmation, but I'm just looking at these images, and they're not familiar to me, so I think this is the new one. But I will confirm. We will confirm on the episode.
That'll bring up a future topic. I would like to actually discuss it because if they're never going to get caught up, I'm just really curious. Does this not kill the hockey rookie card market, basically? I mean, you're getting some of their best cards after they're finished their sophomore season. I mean, like, come on.
I can't disagree with you on that. Like,
No.
it is kind of interesting the way it's kind of worked out on this one. Unfortunately, this delay has been going on. Remember the original delay, and again, this could be a topic in and of itself. But and again, we will touch on it briefly. But look, this delay has been going on since COVID, and originally the issue was COVID, and then it was different printing, and then there's different printing facilities and all that. And we try to be truthful about this. The fact is, Eric, it's been so long that like at a certain point, it's like enough. Combine years, just get to present day. Let's just enough already. We don't need to be this far behind.
It just sucks all the wind out of the fun of like, what are these players going to do, and all that, and you're like getting like how does Victor look at it when the rookie card's coming out when the player's finishing his second season? I mean, is that even his rookie card? Is that a true rookie card, or is it his sophomore rookie card?
Going back further, a couple of months, I did have a conversation with Dr. James Beckett on this topic. Here's what he has to say on it.
There's so many sets that I've gotten and seen that came out 2 years after a 2023 product that came out in 2025. Well, if you're dating it like that, then like in hockey and basketball, you just continue to put out Wembies.
Right.
There's
right.
2 different companies. Then the race is to be the first one and to get them all out in that 1 year.
Yep.
But I would have had a lot of moral or, decision making problem if these cards were coming out so late in the year that they weren't even in the year. They weren't even during the playoffs. They were during the next year's season, and then calling it rookies from the previous year because when we grew up, you looked at the stats on the back. So the card companies figured that out. We're just going to put stats on the back that don't include their rookie season, and it's going to be. And when you look at the card and flip it over, you think, well, it looks like a rookie card, and now it says RC on it. And so for me, I would have been in an impossible situation to say, hey, I know it says RC, but it's not. And that's, again, I had many heated conversations with the Major League Baseball players, people.
Searching for some sort of direction here, I ended up having a conversation with ChatGPT on the topic of copyright law. But the bottom line is this. The copyright deals more with the overall design of the card. It basically says everything about this card belongs to the card manufacturer. So even with the assistance of ChatGPT, I found no real answers that I can cling on. You see, I was trying to find a little nuance that would help us distinguish some sort of characteristic for these late releases, but I found little to nothing. Not everything is as egregious as rookie royalty WNBA or some type of upper deck dual rookie class for no apparent reason. Bottom line, there is nothing that says that they can't release product late, at least nothing that I can find at this time. It's a loophole, and they keep pushing the envelope further and further. Really, release dates have gone chaotic since Fanatics came in. And then you factor in COVID, well, that just made things even more chaotic with release dates. And now it's just flat out nonsense. It seems like during the pandemic, they found this loophole and now they're using it to their advantage by extending product way past the original or historical dates. All we can really go by is whatever the year and brand says on the box or pack, and that's it. Release dates be damned. But I know in hindsight, I have never seen it this bad. So the question for you and I remains is, what can we do about it? Well, there's only one thing we can do about this, and that is do not purchase these late product releases. That is the one thing that will deter these card manufacturers quickly. And I think they got a good taste of that with the rookie royalty. There was just an enormous amount of backlash. I don't know if that moved the needle or not, but I'm hoping that a lot of this is just all the legalities of the transitioning of licenses. And I'm really hoping that once Fanatics takes control of all the licenses, that these release dates will improve, with the one exception of Upper Deck. I don't know what their plans are to getting their release calendar, but they're getting a lot of backlash too. Well, these are my thoughts on the topic at the moment. Everything in this hobby is obviously subject to change, and I'll definitely keep my eye and ear on this topic. It's a topic that really interests me because I believe it affects, or at least I believed that it might have affected the rookie card of these late product releases, but legally, technically, we got nothing here. It's whatever that year and brand is on the box. That's what it is, despite of the release date. Well, that's going to be it for this episode. Appreciate you tuning in. Remember, my friends, not all rookie cards are created equal. Until next time, buenos nachos, muchachos.